Welcome everyone to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center via Facebook. Check out the schedule of classes offered daily, some in person, some online. Lots of recent changes, so make sure you have the latest. You can also visit the tip jar at either online location there and make contributions. And for folks watching later on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to start out sitting or kneeling if you prefer. You don't have to sit the way I'm sitting up on blocks. Just sit or kneel so that you're comfortable. If you like, close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breathing, allowing it time to just slow down and get deeper. Which doesn't take any particular technique, just shifting the attention starts that process. Feel your contact with the ground, the movements of your breathing, the expanding and contracting of your body, the rising of the inhale, the rooting down of the exhale. And whatever other sensations are coming with your deeper, slower breaths, zooming out from that particular focus, take in whatever sensations are present throughout your body right now. In particular, making mental notes of anything that doesn't feel so good, so that you can keep it in mind as we practice, knowing that you're welcome to skip or modify any part of the practice, and then find your way to the practice that's best for you by doing so. If you have any personal intentions for your practice today, you can let those sink in now. And let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths before we begin moving around. In through your nose, out through your mouth with a sigh. Let your eyes open up if they're still closed. Let your chin gently come down towards your chest. We're going to make some slow, easy circles with our head to open up the neck. Roll your ear towards your shoulder. Really take your time. Your head to back, on over to the other shoulder, back down to center. How slow can you stand to go? If in exploring the slow circles, there are any spots that are particularly tight, you can pause to rock back and forth at the tight spots. You keep going. I'm going to pause what I'm doing there because, speaking of neck, my throat's bothering me and I forgot to pop a lozenge in my mouth before class to make it easier to keep talking. So while you make a couple more circles in that direction, I'm getting a lozenge, put it in place, so the words can keep flowing like the breath and the movement. When you finish the next circle, take a few going in the other direction. And when you finish the next circle, you can lift your chin, look forward. Bring your hands to rest on your knees or your thighs. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back and let your head tip forward. Take a few more breaths with that seated cow and cat movement. Pardon me. After your next exhale, you can sit up. Reach your arms out to the sides, rest just your fingertips on the floor, stay long in the spine. Inhale, sweep your left arm out and up alongside your head. And as you exhale, reach to the right. Go for length from your hip up through your fingertips. And here, just let your head be wherever your neck is comfortable. Maybe it's just lolling to the side, maybe it's looking up, maybe it's looking down. You can try them out, see what feels best. Inhale to bring yourself upright. As you exhale, come into a seated twist. Left hand behind you, right hand on your left leg. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to twist some more. Exploring with each breath if the body wants to go further. Let yourself unwind, come back to center. Inhale, raise your right arm out and up. Exhale, reach to the left. On an inhale, come back up. And as you exhale, come into the seated twist. Inhale, find length again. Exhale, explore the twist. Let yourself unwind, come back to center. Let's pick up a leg. I'm just going to grab the one that's in front, hold the leg, with the arm on the same side, let the foot hang limp. Interlace your fingers between your toes, or you can always just hold the tops of your toes too. If you get socks on, you can keep them on. Some people like to have their socks on. Slowly and gently move your foot in circles. Open up the ankle. Just like with the neck, see how slow you can go. Moving slowly has different effects than moving. Change direction and go the other way. Release your toes. Use both arms to hold the weight of the whole leg. Let your leg hang in the socket, the femur in the hip socket. Gently and slowly move the whole leg in circles. Not forcing anything, exploring how far it wants to go. Maybe the circles get a little bigger, but we invite that to happen. We won't make it happen. You could also use a strap here to support your leg if it's more comfortable. Change direction and go the other way. Let that leg down, bring the other one in front. Hold up the leg, let the foot hang. Grab your toes in whatever way works for you. Start those slow, gentle circles. Yes, slow is a relative term. I'll always be reminding you to slow down. Change direction. Release your toes, let your leg down. Rest your hands on the floor in front of you and walk them forward as far as you can. And it doesn't matter where that is, just wherever it might be. Let your head hang, allow your neck to disengage. Breathe into your back. Walk your hands back and press your torso upright. And take your time to make your way up onto your hands and knees. Squaring things off with hips above the knees and shoulders above the wrists. Inhale. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, look for your left heel. Inhale, come back through center. As you exhale, look for your right heel. You do it a couple more times for each side. Inhale to come through center. Exhale to look over your shoulder. We're adding some focus on the neck today, including some movements to help loosen the neck throughout practice. And let's all meet back at table with the head in the center. Reach back with your left foot, press against the ball of your foot. Now let's just explore some rocking here. Press into your foot, rock forward and back. Whatever degree of that movement feels good to you. That could go even like this, and you can roll onto the top of your toes. If that feels good, exploring a different way to stretch. Now let's stop the rocking movement here. And then now reach your right arm forward with your thumb pointed out. If you'd like to go further with the next inhale, pick your left foot up and reach straight back through the sole of your foot. And to go even further, if you like, bend your knee, reach back, grab your foot, kick against your hand, lifting your knee and your chin. Release, lower down. Take 3 or 4 breaths of cow and cat. And after the next exhale, come back to table, reach back, press against the ball of your right foot. and explore that rocking forward and back, flexing the foot and stretching the leg, whatever degree feels helpful for you. And then stopping the rocking. On an inhale, reach your left arm forward. If you want, with an inhale, pick your right foot up and reach straight back. And if you want, bend your leg, reach back, see about taking that bind. Release and lower down, and take some breaths of cow pose, cat pose. After your next exhale, come back to table. We'll start to stand. You can use blocks under your hands if you like to ease the transition, stepping one foot up between the hands and stepping the other foot up to meet it. Hang out and forward fold. Letting the weight of your arms and your head drag down towards the floor. Sway back and forth, bending one leg, then bending the other. If you want, you can take some neck traction here by interlacing your fingers at the base of your skull and letting the weight of your arms draw your head downward, lengthening the neck. Not really tugging, just letting the arms hang there. Let your arms hang down again if you're taking that traction. Nod your head. Shake your head. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, roll to standing, hands overhead, arms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands down at your sides. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Shift it back and let it down. And then your left shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach out to the sides. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or if you like, take eagle arms. If you're an eagle, move your elbows and hands up and forward. Inhale to open up, and exhale to cross the opposite way. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let your arms down. Inhale, your arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms up and reach your palms up. Look up at your hands, lift up your heart. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale to come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. Inhale, out and up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Step back to plank. Letting your hips come down in line with your shoulders and knees. Whether your knees are up like this or down like this, either plank is great. Exhaling, slowly lower all the way down. Keep your elbows in towards your body as you lower down. Reach your arms out to the sides. Rest your palms on the floor. We're going to use the floor to work on some shoulder opening and maybe explore extensions, spinal twist and hip work, and maybe some shoulder movement. Lots of options as always. Grab the floor with that right palm. Walk your left hand in towards you, pressing away from the floor. So you come up onto your right hip and the right side of your head is on the floor. Your left hand is over here by your chin, stabilizing you. That can seem like plenty to do. Maybe you just stay there. If you want to explore further, you can lift your left leg away from the right and let your heel drift back. If it feels okay and you want to go further, bend your knee. Let the weight of your leg hang. Maybe your foot will drift towards the floor. Don't push it down, just let it hang, see what happens. Just let gravity do it and let your breath bring you out. It might surprise you to have your foot touch down. You might also, if you want to explore more, reach your left arm up like this. And like an owl, turning your head, move your shoulder and move your arm in the shoulder socket. Just rotating. You could also reach the back of your hand to the back and check out that half line. See how that feels. The neck and the shoulder, of course, are connected. So when we're paying attention to what's going on in the neck, we often will include some shoulder work. And of course, you can do the leg extension without the arm or the arm without the leg, or skip them both, or do them both. Great to have choices. I'm going to rewind everything and I'll talk through all of the extensions. So first the hand, bring the left hand back to your chin if it's not there. And if the left foot moved, you can pick it up, extend the leg, move it forward, and let it come to rest on top of the other leg. And slowly walk your left hand back out, come back to rest on your belly. And just pause here. You can rest on your chin or rest on one cheek if it's not comfortable. Rest on your chin. And see how one side feels different than the other. What do you feel in the right shoulder? What do you feel in the left? What do you feel in the left hip? Then gripping the floor with your left hand, we'll go the other way. Walk your right hand in towards you, pressing away from the floor, coming to rest on your left hip with your right palm planted near your face. You can stay like that, or if you like, lift the right leg away from the left. Maybe let your heel drift back. If you want, bend your knee and see what happens there. And if you want, you could raise your right arm and explore some rotation in the shoulder socket, or explore that half bind. And take your time. If you moved your right hand, bring it back over by your face. If you moved your right leg, lift it, straighten it out, bring it forward, and lower it. Walk your right hand back out to the side. And again, after you are on your belly, pause for a few breaths. Bring your hands in under your shoulders. Press into your hands, inhale. Lift your head and chest to whatever height you want, whatever height feels okay for your lower back. Look over your left shoulder, come through center, and look over your right shoulder. Once more for each side. Exhale, rock back through table. Curl your toes under, press into your feet, lift your knees, press into your hands, lift your tail. Pedal your feet up and down. Letting your head hang down between your arms. Slowly and gently shake your head no. And nod your head yes. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Step back to plank. On exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Nod your head. And shake your head. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your arms. Shift your weight from one leg to the other. We're going to play with balancing here. So if you like to step over by the wall or a piece of furniture to steady yourself, go ahead and do so. Set your eyes on a fixed point at about eye level. When you're ready, bring the weight into your left leg. Let that knee stay soft, don't lock it up. Slowly raise your right knee. Open it out to the side. Bring your right foot to your left leg. You can have your toes on the ground, heel on your ankle, the sole of your foot on your calf. or the sole of your foot on your thigh. You can always change your mind, start over anytime. You can keep pressing your hands into center line, or let the branches of your tree grow anywhere they want to. Bring your hands back to your heart if they're somewhere else. Pivot your knee forward, let your foot down. Shake your left leg and anything else that you want to shake. Maybe shake everything. When you're ready to do the other side, bring your hands back to your heart. Shift side to side. Whenever you're ready, bring the weight to the right leg. Let that knee stay soft. Slowly lift your left knee. Open the gate of your hip and bring your foot to the right leg. Let your arms find their expression. Stay with your breath. Starting over as needed, changing as needed. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them to your heart. Bring your knee forward, let your foot down, and shake things out. And let's come down and have a seat on the floor. Extend your legs forward and flex your feet back towards you. Inhaling, reach your arms out and up overhead. Exhaling, fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend, they can bend. On each inhale, think the crown of your head moving forward a bit. On each exhale, think of lowering down some more. Inhaling, walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit up. Bring the soles of your feet together, leaving a big space between your heels and your pelvis. Reach under your ankles or over your ankles and walk your hands forward on the mat. Using traction in your arms to draw you down into this pretzel-shaped fold. Make sure your neck is relaxed and your head is hanging down. And breathe into your back, wherever you're getting the most sensation along the back of the body. Slowly scoop your hands back. Take your time to press yourself upright. Keep your feet together and bring them in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers, hold your toes between your hands. Wriggle on your seat to tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen upwards. Exhale, hinge forward. Spine nice and long. See how far that'll go. There's no rush. When the long spine doesn't want to lower anymore, allow your head to lower. Let your neck disengage and breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Use your arms to lift your knees towards each other. Bring your hands to the floor behind you and outside the mat or at the edges of the mat. Wiggle your feet out towards the edges of the mat. Let your knees go down to the left and turn your head to the right. Bring your knees and head back to center. Knees to the right, head to the left. You continue a few more times. Don't worry about how far your legs go. It's okay if your knees don't touch down on the floor. See how far they want to go. And bring your feet in closer, about hip width apart. Come down onto your back. Bring your heels in as close to your butt as they will go. We'll play a little with bridge pose. You can put a block between your knees on the middle position if you like. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale to lift your hips up. If you want a deeper heart opening here, you're welcome to wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other, clasp your hands under you, and extend your knuckles towards your heels. If you are clasping your hands, release them. Exhale slowly, let your hips down. Explore floating up and down a few times at your own pace. Now let's take supported bridge for a minute. Pause at the top of the movement. Put a block under your sacrum and come down to rest on it. Let the body relax against that support. Let the prop do the work for a minute. You may feel some nice release in the pelvis or in your lower back. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips. Remove the block that's under you. Exhale, slowly lower down. Pause. Move your blocks out of the way. We're done with them for today. Grab your strap. And we're going to do something different today. We will do the usual strap stretches that I often include at the end of practice, but before we do that, something else. So make a loop with your strap. If you're using something besides a strap and it's not quite made to loop, then do your best. Maybe it's a scarf and you just knot the two ends together. And we're going to explore a little traction in the neck. So take your loop and bring it to the base of your skull. Now make sure the buckle's not there. If you have a buckle on your strap, it's going to be very uncomfortable. Don't put the buckle behind your head. And we're going to play like this. We're going to put a foot. You might have to lift your head depending on how big your loop is. You're going to put one foot in the strap. Be real gentle and extend your leg just enough. Let's see. Figure out some tension. So maybe it's a little higher than the base of the skull. Yeah, a little higher than the base of the skull. So you actually have the strap just over the ears. So it's where the back of the head would touch down on the ground if my head were on the ground. It's not really at the base of the skull because that didn't quite work. But we're basically going to use gentle, just a little tension on the strap. Do what you like with your hands. You might keep them by your head for support. Or rest them on the floor. And slowly and gently, try moving your leg, different positions, and see how the traction feels on your neck in different directions. So try to let your neck relax, let your head just kind of hang in the loop. See what movement feels helpful. Can you ease out some bits of remaining excess tension in the neck? It's a weird sensation. It looks really weird to do too. I rather like it once you get used to it. First time I saw someone doing it, I didn't know what was going on. I rather like this now. And if you want to, maybe just to mix it up, or maybe to just equalize things with the legs, you could switch feet. Try the other one. Maybe it doesn't feel any different in the neck, or maybe it does. You never know till we try it, right? I wouldn't say I like this despite the fact that it looks funny. It's part of the reason that I like it. But that's just how I'm wired. And you can play too, like I had my left foot planted, then I just extended the leg. So I'm actually also exploring what's going on in my hips while I do this. So there's a sort of odd and different thing that we added into the mix today. Okay. Take your head and foot out of the strap. Now you're welcome to keep the strap in a loop as we go on to the usual strap routine here that we often do together with the strap under both feet, strap in your hands, and reach your arms and legs up. So you can keep the strap looped to do this. The one part that it will maybe make different is when you slide your feet apart like this. If you have a loop, maybe they don't go as far. If my strap were open, my feet would go farther apart. But I just left my strap in a loop, and that's okay. Just playing with that today. And to come out of that, I can just pull on the middle of the loop, and the strap helps my feet come back together. Sometimes just changing things up for the sake of changing things up. I'll keep my strap in a loop and see how I like it when we do the rest of this stretching. Point your toes up at the ceiling. Point your toes down towards your face. feet relaxed. Take your left foot out of the strap, press your left calf and left heel against the floor. Reach your right arm out to the side. Draw your leg over to the left and turn your head to the right. We'll spend a couple minutes in each of these 4 positions here, adjusting the position of the arm and the tension on the strap to help guide your leg according to what your body's telling you. So maybe you want to explore going further. Maybe you don't. You can always let things go slack, and pause and re-engage when and if you like. It's interesting what happens when we spend longer in these postures here. I have to be more mindful about how close I am to that wall. I'm doing a funny horizontal dance to give my leg room. I was too close to the back wall. Bring everything back up to center. Take the strap in your right hand. Press your left hand down on the front of your left hip bone. And allow your limbs to fall open to the right. Very gently, bring it all back to center. Lift your left leg and step into the strap. Take your right foot out. Press your right leg down. Reach your left arm out to the side. Draw your leg to the right and turn your head to the left. Bring everything back up to the center. Switch hands with your strap. Press down on your right hip. Let your limbs fall over to the left. Nice and easy. Bring it back up to center. Raise your right leg. Draw your knees in. Set your strap aside. Hug your knees, rock and roll. Massage your back against the floor. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up. Grab your legs or feet. And play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Whenever you have had enough time inverting, you can make your way to the final resting pose of your choice. As you settle into your comfortable stillness, maybe you focus on your breath, or maybe on an intention you set at the start of our practice. Or maybe you just allow your mind to drift. Give yourself some deeper breath. Slowly explore small movements. Move your neck in those movements as you build up to bigger and bigger movements. When you're ready for bigger movements, gently sit yourself up. Bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing your practice today. Light within me sees and honors the same light within each of you. Namaste. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next time.